Hi, this is Isabel. This is my video presentation for the classification of monocots and eudicots. And for the first one, I chose to observe the rose, which is a eudicot. The first way that I could tell this was by the multiple of petals on each of the flowers. This is one of the few flowers that were still left in bloom. Most of them have withered away. But with this one, you could see there are multiples of 4 or 5 petals on the flower. And as for the leaves, you can tell that the veins run in a more of a net-like manner spreading across the leaf itself. And just for a bonus, I know you can't really tell in the picture, but we had a lot of landscaping work done in the past, so I got to see all the plants be transplanted. And during that process, I got to see their root systems. And for the rose, there was a taproot present, there was a main root. And for the last picture, I thought it kind of helped show, I guess it all joins together at the main root at the bottom in the gravel. And as for the second eudicot, I chose to observe the bougainvillea, and this one's a little special. The hot colored pink petal looking features that we usually associate with bougainvillea aren't actually the petals of the flower. They are modified leaves known as bracts, and the real flowers are the tiny little white flowers at the very center of the hot pink leaves. And as you can see, there are several little petals on each one. They come in multiples of 4 or 5. And as for the leaves, you can also see that it is also, just like the rose, it has a net-like veining system throughout each leaf. And moving on to more of the monocots. This one, the official name, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it is the Ericaceae, which is more commonly known as the palm tree. And as you can see, looking at the palm leaves, you can see that the veins run parallel within each leaf. And as for the second one, again, sorry with the timing of it being fall and all, this used to be a cluster of flowers. Now it's all withered up. They just look like a cluster of seeds, but they used to be a cluster of flowers, and they would usually have about 6 petals each, so again with a multiple of 3, which counts for as a feature for a monocot. And another monocot that I decided to observe was the aloe vera. And for this one, I know aloe vera, the leaves, the stalks themselves, they're very thick-skinned, so it's hard to see. But the veins within the leaves, they do run parallel. I inserted another picture in the middle, which is one of the old dead stalks of the aloe vera, and you can see the parallel veining system within the stalk. And again, another dead, what used to be blooming picture of the aloe vera flowers. But these flowers, they do usually come, they're like a coral pinkish hue usually, and they do come in with about 6 petals each, so again, qualifying for that multiple of 3 for the number of petals on each flower. And that concludes my presentation for the classification of monocots and eudicots.